3-2 the lead for the Alls in the bottom of the third inning. Polo Portela on the mound looking for a bounce-back inning. Looking for a scoreless frame as well. First pitch breaking ball misses here to the right-handed hitting Trevor Crayport, who singled and scored a run his last time. The 1-0, fouled back, fastball from Portela. 1-1 can't count now on, that would be Chad Sedio. No, I'm sorry, that is Trevor Crayport. As he fouls off the 1-1 out of play. Portela now in the count, ahead in the count, 1-2. 1-2 delivery. Fastball here. Misses just off the plate. 2-2 on the Alls catcher. 3-2 game. Bottom of the third inning. Portela gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second. One of those runs in the first inning, unearned. I'm going to get the leadoff man here as he did in the first inning. Ground ball. Over to his left is the third baseman Pujols. The throw to first after a little issue with the transfer. Pulls Phillips off the bag. Good chance that will go down as the Otters' second error, and indeed it does. Error on the third baseman Pujols allows Crayport to stand at first base with nobody out in the bottom of the third. Portela on the mound. He now faces Harrison DeNicola, who singled, of course, back in the first inning. Again, DeNicola, his 8th hit in the series. Well, how about a neat little MLB connection for Portela as the pitch gets in the dirt and Justin Felix can't find it initially. So advancing on the pitch will be Trevor Crayport on what we imagine has to be ruled a wild pitch. So runner at second, nobody out for Harrison DeNicola. Maybe the most dangerous man on the Frontier League right now. 1-0. Goes off speed. Can't get called strike. It's 2-0. Well, a guy that Polo Portela trains with just made his Major League debut yesterday for the San Francisco Giants out of the bullpen. We are talking about one Sammy Long as the 2-0 is grounded foul. Sammy Long, who grew up in Sacramento, California, just like Polo Portela, and went to Cal State University at Sacramento. These two trained together in the offseason. Portela was excited to talk about on yesterday about how great it was, how excited he was for Long to have the chance to pitch in the big leagues, and he had a fine debut as the 2-1 misses low, 3-1. After beginning the year in Double-A Richmond and advancing to Triple-A Sacramento in his hometown, Long was called up yesterday to follow the Giants opener and performed really well, going 4 innings out of the pen, allowing just 1 hit and 1 run and 1 walk while striking out 7. And for a time, Long struck out 4 in a row against the Texas Rangers yesterday. As this pitch is fouled off, there's a full count on DeNicola. So Portela, I'm sure, was One of many to be blowing up Sammy Long's cell phone with congratulations yesterday. Sammy Long, personal friend of Pujols Portela, making his major league debut yesterday. Portela on the mound here facing Harrison DeNicola. With a runner at second, nobody out. They'll throw at second base, and they will have Trevor Crayport picked off on second. The inside move from Polo Portela has Crayport picked off for the first out. That brings up Harrison DeNicola. Well, he's still batting. What am I talking about? 3-2. Rope foul first. We were so caught up in the story of Sammy Long and then the pickoff move by Polo Portela. Hopping off and catching Trevor Crayport leaning. Another 3-2. This one launched out toward right field, and McNamee won't even turn around to have a look at it. It's out of the ballpark. It's a one-out home run for Harrison DeNicola. That's his second home run of the series. He is red hot, and it's now a 4-2 game in the bottom of the third. For DeNicola, that's his third home run and his 12th RBI of the season. Good chance that if DeNicola is able to pick up just a couple of base hits this weekend, he will be named Frontier League Player of the Week. Jordan Brower takes a ball outside, 1-0. He is now 2 for 2, is DeNicola. Brower flew out to center field as last time. The 1-0. And this is roped out toward right field. It will get past the right fielder, Elijah McNamee, and one hop the wall. The throw into second, well late as Jordan Brower is in at second base, standing with a one-out double. And no way to sugarcoat it, Polo Portela getting hit hard in Florence. Max Peterson on out of the Otters dugout. The infield will come in to meet for the conference. Peterson looks like he will give Portela the chance to face at least one more batter. But there is action stirring in the Otters bullpen here in just the bottom of the third inning. The Otters pitching has struggled lately. They have seen their earned run average in the last week climb as a club from the low threes, entering play today with a club earned run average of 5. They gave up 13 runs last night, 7 in game 1. First pitch to Will Baker. Fastball, low, 1-0. Portela had just been able to clear the bases with the pickoff of Trevor Crayport before DeNicola homered. Jordan Brower now at the double. He's in scoring position with only one out. The 1-0. Breaking ball. Blocked by Felix. ambled away a few steps to Felix's right, but he was able to quickly recover the baseball, and Brower will not advance. Baker lined out to left his last time. Runner goes, 2-0 home. There will be no throw as Brower had a giant lead and a great jump. He was able to shuffle off second base a good 2 steps before Portela had really even gotten most of his weight home. So Brower now at third with 1 out. There was a strike called, so the 2-1 fastball will even the count at 2-2. Four runs on 7 hits for the Alls in this inning. 1 run on the homer. 2 hits so far. They've got another over at third with less than 2 out. 2-2 to Baker. Breaking ball in the dirt. It gets by Felix, but a late read by Jordan Brower is going to keep him at third. As Portela did a nice job to quickly break for home to cover the plate in the case of Baker's advance. Now a 3-2 count on Baker. This is lifted out toward left field. Underneath it, this will set up a throw, is Denton. The throw to the plate is off the line to the right, so it'll be cut off by Pujols as a 5th run will score. It's now a 5-2 game as Jordan Brower scores from third here in the bottom of the third. Sacrifice fly to left and an RBI for Will Baker. Joe Lytle bats with the bases empty and 2 out. One 0 to Lytle. Fastball for a strike, 1-1. A 1-1 off-speed pitch misses low in the dirt to Lytle. Otters, their recent outings have been tough ones. Going up against good offenses for sure as well. Pitch here is hit out toward right center field, a base hit for Joe Lytle, who's now 2 for 2. It brings up Rodney Tenney, who singled and stole a bag his last time. Portela, known for the punch-outs, not missing as many bats tonight. First pitch to Tenney. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate as Tenney shows bunt but pulls back. But the first game in the series also had a start that began on rocky footing. It was Dalton Stambaugh's, and to the Otters' young left-handers' credit, Stambaugh, while giving up 5 runs through his first 2 frames, was able to settle back down, and his club provided the offense necessary to cover for him. With the runner going, Crane, the second baseman, was pulled toward the bag, which allowed Rodney Tenney just to slap it to right on a successful hit and run. As the ball gets into right field, the throw from the right fielder, McNamee, goes to third. It's not in time to get Lytle, who raced around from first, which puts runners at the corners with 2 out. The second successful hit and run performed by the Alls. Although, to be fair, even if Crane was playing in his straight-up second base position, it would have been a very tough play to stop that one. Runners at the corners, 2 out, Taylor Bryant. Tenney goes from first. He will slide headfirst into second base with no throw. Third stolen base in this one for the Alls. Second for Tenney. Puts 2 men in scoring position with 2 out. For Taylor Bryant, who walked his last time. He did strike out in the first. 0-1. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. Now that's something you like to see from Portela. He jumps ahead 0-2. Portela trying to limit the damage to 2 in a 5-2 game in the bottom of the third. 0-2 the count on Bryant. Pitch on its way. In the dirt and blocked by Felix. The breaking ball from Portela. Lytle off third, Tenney off second. 1-2 count on the Alls' third baseman. Step off here. Time called at the plate. We're just past the 8 o'clock hour in Florence, 7 Central. The 1-2. Reaching out and fouling this back is Bryant. As Portela has struggled to find a reliable strikeout pitch. He's had 2 strikes on a number of hitters, but has yet to punch out any batter since the second out of the first inning. 1-2. Breaking ball, and that's the curious thing as it misses just off the plate. It's like these hitters have been able to pick up some kind of tell, perhaps, in Portela's delivery. Because I don't know if I have seen yet, since that first inning, a swing and a miss at any breaking ball. Bryant knew how to spit on it perfectly. The 2-2. Another breaking ball, and wouldn't you know it, Bryant doesn't even flinch. 3 balls and 2 strikes as it misses just off the outside edge. So if I were to hazard a guess, I'd say they've either picked up something in Portela's delivery, It might be worthwhile changing the signs, but we'll see what he comes with here, 3-2. Fastball, ground ball to short. Dejesus, throw over to Phillips at first, and the inning is over. 2-run score. It's now a 5-2 game. We head to the top of the fourth inning. Y'all's with the lead on the Otters Digital Network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Oh, 1 to John Schultz, misses inside. 1-1 on the Otters' leadoff man in the inning. 8-9-1 for the Otters. Schultz, Felix, and Gordon facing Christian Tripp. Top of the fourth inning, 5-2 our score. The 1-1 to Schultz in the dirt. Well, if you're looking for anyone who knows how to start a rally, I'm sure Schultz has started plenty in his career. The 2-1 is slapped foul the other way, out of play, 2-2. Through the end of 3 innings. We have traded some leads for ties. 2-2 to Schultz. Looked like a pitch that misses outside and low, 3-2. Whatever that was, I'm hesitant to call it a fastball because it didn't seem to come through the zone with as much zip on it as we've seen from Tripp, but it seemed to bend back away from Schultz. Fastball here, wrapped right back up the middle, over the mound, and past the sliding second baseman, Harrison DeNicola, into center field. A leadoff base hit for John Schultz. He's 2 for 2. After doubling his first time, the Reading, Pennsylvania native, John Schultz. Now it brings up Justin Felix, who was hit by a pitch his last time. It really took him out of action for a moment, and oh, it's unbelievable. He's hit by another, this time on his left hip, and he shouts something toward his dugout. He's no doubt, I mean, it's not an injury question, but sometimes when you get hit by a fastball coming in that hard and knowing how much it can hurt, you're just in a blind rage for a moment. Not the idea that he thinks it's intentional. It's just what would you say, do you think, if fastball came in and got you right on the hip in the upper 80s? Something impolite, I would imagine. At least I would. Miles Gordon. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time. He bats with runners at first and second. Otters down 3. Looking for a crooked number here in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Gordon. Trying to assist that crooked inning. He shows bunt. He pulls back the two-seamer from Tripp. The 1-0. Again, he shows bunt. Again, it misses out. 2-0. Pitch. Runs in, almost gets a piece of Gordon, and the Otters' leadoff man, Miles Gordon, has a 3-0 count on him. Runners at second and first. He goes with the fastball, but can't find the zone. It's a 4-pitch walk to load the bases to Miles Gordon. It brings up Andy Dejesus. But before he can take a pitch, Chad Rhodes, the pitching strategist, is out to talk to Christian Tripp again. We're going to take a look at the official numbers for Andy Dejesus' situational statistics. Dejesus has had 15 at-bats with runners in scoring position, and I'll let you take a quick guess at how many hits through those 15 at-bats. All right, are you ready? Total of 7 hits and 15 at-bats. He's driven in 6 with runners in scoring position. That was entering play, so go ahead and make him a half and half. 8 for 16 entering play. The Otters overall with runners in scoring position through 88 at-bats, hitting .489. Run scoring opportunity here, bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch to Dejesus. Misses low, 1-0. Dejesus tied the game in the second with an RBI single with 2 out and 2 strikes on him. Back into center field. It was Dejesus batting with Schultz at third. Would you know it? That's a similar situation to now, but there are bases loaded. As the 1-0 is fouled off to the left and out of play, it bangs against a railing in the upper deck here at Y'all's Ballpark. Count even at 1. Schultz off third. Felix off second. Gordon off of first for Dejesus. 1-1, two-seamer. Buckling at the knees, but holding up that swing is Dejesus as he takes the pitch outside, 2-1. 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for the Otters in the top of the 4th. 2-1, a fastball count. We'll see if he gets one. Pitch on its way. Fastball pulled to the right side. DeNicola over to Pintor at second. Back to first. Not in time to get to Dejesus, who runs well out of left-handed batter's box. A run will come in to score in the form of John Schultz. It's now a 5-3 game on the RBI for 6 fielder's choice. So Dejesus, go ahead and count that. His 9th RBI. Pitch misses low now to Elijah McNamee, the breaking ball. Runners at the corners, 1 out. As Miles Gordon is erased on the base paths, Felix is off of third, Dejesus off of first. The 0-1, Dejesus with a great jump. The 0-1 is fouled back, 0-2 now on McNamee, the former youth comrade, I guess if you will, acquaintance of Christian Tripp. McNamee, who played on a youth baseball team coached by Tripp's father. Facing him now with an 0-2 count and a key run at third. The 0-2 breaking ball. That must have been a 1-1 pitch. We had 0-2 on the scoreboard, and your broadcaster is not keeping his own count. Just goes to show you why you should do your own work. The 1-2, runner goes again, and once more it's fouled back. Because you can make excuses all you want, but ultimately, it's on you, pal. The buck stops here in this booth. Runner still at first and third. 1-2, the count on McNamee. Runner goes again, but breaks down. Ground ball, back up the middle, sliding stop by Pintor, but the toss onto the second base bag, and the second baseman, Denicola, covering is no good. It gets past him, so there will be no out, as Justin Felix was going to come in to score probably anyway with how good McNamee runs. A great stop by the shortstop Pintor. Will go down as an infield single for Elijah McNamee, as he drives home the 4th run for the Otters. It's now a 5-4 game as Riley Crane strolls to the plate. First pitch to Crane. Misses low and in the dirt. Having to block it is Trevor Crayport. He does so successfully. Crane 1 for 2. The 1-0 fastball waved at and missed. 1-1. Crane, his eyes lit up. Flew open on that swing. Trying to give the Otters a 2-run lead with that stroke from being down 1 here in the top of the 4th. 1-1. He fouls this back and off to the left, out of play. Now 2 strikes on Crane. They went to the breaking pitch last time when they had Crane in a hole. We'll see what Tripp elects to go with here. Runners at first and second, 1 out, the 1-2. Looked like a fastball, but it missed low in the dirt. Wanted to go outside with it. Tripp overthrew it. Now the count even, 2-2. So Crane fouled off a fastball on the inside part of the plate, making the count 1-2. Then a 1-2 fastball missed outside in the dirt. What do they go with here? 2-2. This is ripped foul of first. Count remains even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Otters' second baseman, Riley Crane. Top four runners at first and second. One out. 5-4 game. 2-2. Waved at and missed. The fastball up and in gets the best of Crane. Now 2 out, and we'll see what Bryce Denton can do. Looking for his first hit tonight. He grounded out to third his last time. He was 3 for 5 in the game Tuesday night. Denton enters having driven in 9. First pitch breaking ball, called a strike. Sliding across the zone. 0-1 on Denton. Denton, the former second-round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2015 out of high school. 0-1 coming. Another breaking ball. This one misses high. A good take from Denton. 1-1. And this is hit off the hands toward really shallow right. DeNicola back. Few steps into the outfield grass. He makes the catch for the final out. But the Otters get back a couple. An RBI fielder's choice and an RBI base hit from Andy Dejesus and Elijah McNamee, respectively. 5-4, our score. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Y'all's with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Bottom four, 5-4. Y'all's at the lead. First pitch breaking ball misses in from Polo Portela. All eyes on him. This would be a crucial time for Portela to put together his first scoreless frame. He gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. His club down a run. They've just brought themselves within striking distance thanks to a 2-run fourth inning. As the 1-0 is fouled off to the right, out of play. He faces the right-handed hitting Luis Pinta, followed by Chad Setio and Trevor Crayport. That's Pintor, by the way, Chad Pintor. The 1-1 breaking ball misses off the plate, 2-1. Florence 5, Evansville 4. And the 2-1 is hit out toward right field. Going back to the track is McNamee. He's got a beat on it. He makes the catch for the first out of the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Chad Setio, who's driven in 2. He homered back in the first. Correct that note. He's driven in 1. He flew out to center his last time. Thinking of Luis Pintor, who drove in 1 with a sacrifice fly. He just flew out to right. Ground ball to the right side. Up with it is Phillips. He takes it to the bag himself for the 3 unassisted. Now this is what you like to see from Polo Portela. Some quick outs. A 1-pitch out to Setio brings up Trevor Crayport. They're trying to get Christian Tripp to stumble and fall, to relinquish his lead. He had a 5-2 advantage. He's given up 2. Otters within 1, and you know how good that offense is. They need somebody to take ownership and shove on the mound. First pitch to Crayport, fastball, misses up and away, 1-0. Coming. A breaking ball this time, misses away. 2-0. Want to remind you, you can follow your Evansville Otters anytime and all the time on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. 2-0. Strike called here. You're listening to us on YouTube Live. Ryan Brown with you from Florence. And if you're listening to us, you can subscribe to us. Go ahead and click that subscribe button on the YouTube page so you don't miss any of your Otters updates. The 2-1. There's a fastball from Portela. It misses off the outer edge. 3-1 on the catcher, Crayport. You should check out the Twitter page, especially if you want to update everybody on the Otters, as the 3-1 is hifted out toward center field. Gordon under it. So you can check out these fun Evansville Otters gifts. And there's a nice inning for Polo Portela. His first scoreless frame is a 1-2-3. Bounce back, young man. We head to the top of the 5th. 5-4. Our score, Otters down just 1, and they're on a roll. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
We love our children and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. When you choose Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you have great doctors and great care to help your child stay healthy. And that is something to smile about. Choose Anthem to help keep your children healthy and happy. Enroll today. Call 1-800-403-0864. To learn more, visit www.anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Dakota Phillips in the top of the 5th inning. The Otters down by just 1 facing the Florence Yalls. 5-4 in the rubber game of a 3-game set. First pitch two-seamer from Tripp, misses outside, 1-0. After a fly ball ended the 4th, we now pick things up in the top of the 5th. The 1-0 to Phillips is hit out toward shallow right center. Back is the second baseman, Denicola. He makes the catch for the first out. It brings up Christopher Pujols, who homered back in the 2nd. Ryan Brown with you on the Otters Digital Network. Here on YouTube Live. Otters down by just 1 run. The top of the 5th, they scored 2. In the top of the 4th, an inning ago. First pitch to Chris Pujols is lined out towards center field. Coming on the center fielder to make the catch. Too well struck by Pujols to do any damage. First pitch out to Pujols. He has swung it well through 2 of his first 3 at-bats. Now it brings up John Schultz, who's 2 for 2. Otters scored 2 after a leadoff base hit from John Schultz. As he takes a strike here, 0-1. Who would score on an RBI fielder's choice. Hit by Andy Dejesus. The 0-1. Swing and a miss here at the change, 0-2. Then Justin Felix, who reached base via his second hit by pitch, as this is grounded to the right side and through the hole into right field. A seeing eye signal for John Schultz. He's 3 for 3. A 2-out base hit here in the top of the 5th inning for Schultz. There is something about Schultz, the wily veteran, who knows how to find green, how to find holes. Hit them where they ain't, if you will. He seems to know this game pretty daggone well, has a feel for it like nobody's business. Sure, through all the years he's played, the 32-year-old veteran. First pitch to Felix is cut on and missed. You might as well give him a PhD in baseball know-how. Call him Dr. Schultz, the hit doctor. 0-1 to Felix. Breaking pitch misses away. 1-1 to the Otters catcher. The hit doctor with a PhD in baseball, John Schultz, at first base with 2 out. Dr. Schultz. He'll have to come out with a brand of orthopedic footwear. 1-1. Must be in the shoes for Dr. Schultz. How he hits so good. First pitch was a strike, the second a ball, as is the third. Now 2-1 on Felix. Two one. And the fastball misses in. Bending out of the way is Felix. 3 balls and 1 strike on the right-handed hitting number 24, Justin Felix. Three-one. Fouls it straight back just behind the fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Justin Felix. A big 1-2-3 inning from Polo Portela in the bottom of the 4th. First scoreless frame he's been able to throw up there. Schultz off of first. He'll be off on the pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 out. To Felix. He grounds it foul to the left side, staying alive here. 3-2. Otters trying to battle back. They were down 3. Hoping to win their 10th game that would pull them into a first place tie with these Y'alls in the West Division and the best record in the Frontier League. 3-2. This is hit out toward, well, not much of anywhere. It's on the infield that the shortstop, Luis Pintor, has it and makes the catch for the final out of the 5th. John Schultz stranded after a 2-out single. We've played half, 5-4, Y'alls with the lead. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
We love our children and want them to be healthy. After all, a healthy child can make for a happy child. When you choose Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you have great doctors and great care to help your child stay healthy. And that is something to smile about. Choose Anthem to help keep your children healthy and happy. Enroll today. Call 1-800-403-0864. To learn more, visit www.anthem.com/inmedicaid.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
First pitch change to Harrison DeNicola, who's 2 for 2 and homered in his last at-bat, is cut on and missed. It's a change from Polo Portela, and a nice change of pace from him in the bottom of the 4th inning. He worked a 1-2-3-4 to the 2-3 and 4 batters. Harrison DeNicola takes a strike with a fastball, 0-2. We'll see if they made some kind of a change. Noted earlier how it seemed that the Y'alls were predicting when Portela would break out the bender with a high degree of success. The 0-2 to DeNicola, a 2-seamer, is fouled off to the left and out of play. So we'll see if the Otters have found some way to get these Y'alls off balance again. Bottom of the 5th inning, 5-4 our score. Y'alls with the lead. Another 0-2. This one is flied out toward shallow left center. It'll be the left fielder Denton under it with 2 hands. He makes the catch. 4 pitches, 1 out. Harrison DeNicola taken care of. And you want to know how to take care of a guy like Harrison DeNicola, who now has 9 hits through 13 at-bats in the series. Well, here's how. Get out ahead of him 0-2, like Portela just did. Easier said than done, of course. Here comes the left-handed batter, Jordan Brower. Let's see if Portela can repeat the success. Brower doubled his last time and scored a run. First pitch change floats out of the hand of Portela and stays outside 1-0. Brower 0 for all, 1 for 2 on the day. 1-0 to Portela. From Portela, I should say. Another change, this time swing and a miss. How about Portela? You know, he went to Cumberland University, playing for the Cumberland Bulldogs. Well, did you know, 1-1 coming, he goes back to back to back with a change, it looks like. The 1-1 misses out. Did you know that one of the Y'alls, or before them, the Florence Freedoms, most recent alumni to graduate to the Bigs, also went to Cumberland University? How about that coincidence? The 2-1 misses in the dirt, 3-1 on Baker. We're talking about Aaron Wilkerson, who also went to Cumberland University after attending Midway High School in Waco, Texas. The 3-1 off the end of the bat to the shortstop, Dejesus, who plays it off his body to the left. He throws on the run to first. A nice play by Dejesus. 6-3 the putout for the second out. So while Wilkerson was in Cumberland, he and the Bulldogs won the NAIA World Series Championship. That was back in 2010. Wilkerson posted a 14-1 win-loss record with 14 consecutive victories, 11 complete games, and a team-best .213 earned run average. While with the club, now batting is Will Baker. First pitch change to him, too, it looked like. 0-1. But Wilkerson had gone undrafted out of Cumberland University in 2011 in his senior season. Even though he started it as the 0-1 off-speed pitch misses outside 1-1, even though he started it with a 54, or at least within it had, a 54 consecutive scoreless inning streak from February 9th to April 8th. He finished that season 12-0 with an undefeated mark and a 149 earned run average, closing his college career by setting other NAIA records while winning 26 straight decisions. 1-1, fastball outside, called a strike, 1-2. He also earned first-team All-American honors and was named the Trans-South Conference Pitcher of the Week 3 times. So why did he get drafted, or why didn't he get drafted out of high school with such impressive numbers? Well, we'll see what Polo Portela does first before we give you that answer. 1-2 on its way to Baker. It's lifted out and poked to shallow right field, but calling for it is Riley Crane. He's under it. He makes the catch for the final out. When we return, we'll answer the curious case of Aaron Wilkerson. When we head to the top of the 6th inning, Otters down a run. 5-4 ball game from Florence. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 6th inning, Otters down 1, 5-4 the score. It'll be Miles Gordon, Andy Dejesus, and Elijah McNamee 1-2-3 facing a new pitcher on the mound. And when we say new, we mean new. Left-handed pitcher Hayden Wheeler throws a strike to Miles Gordon, who showed bunt and pulled back. Wheeler was just signed today by the Florence Yalls. 24-year-old out of Tabor College. He returns to Florence for the first time since 2019. So they brought him right back, making his 2021 regular season debut after a little bit of time. The 0-1 curve misses up and in. So they came back. They essentially just unwrapped the packaging today off Hayden Wheeler. Just signing him today and putting him in use. 1-1 is roped foul of first. Miles Gordon batting. We're telling you the story of Aaron Wilkerson with Polo Portela putting up his second back-to-back scoreless frame. Wilkerson, the former Florence Freedom pitcher, who made his major league debut in 2017. 1-2. A two-seamer, maybe a circle change rather. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Strikeout looking is what is called for in the scorebook as Miles Gordon set down on strikes with 1 out now in the top of the 6th inning. It brings up Andy Dejesus. Wilkerson made his debut in 2017 with the Milwaukee Brewers, but in 2011 he had a record-setting season. Cumberland University, the same alma mater as Polo Portela. Now, with a 54 consecutive scoreless inning streak, he started to hear from scouts that his velocity was dipping. First pitch here to Dejesus is a called strike, 0-1. And in the midst of this streak, Wilkerson just thought he was listening to some scouts try to talk down his value. He said, "What are you talking about? I'm still just as effective. I'm sure I'm just as hard throwing with my fastball as the 0-1 breaking ball from Wheeler misses out, 1-1. But during a regional championship game, Wilkerson happened to take a look at what the scoreboard said on the radar gun on one of his fastballs. The 1-1 to Dejesus is pulled over to third. No problem for Bryant. He gloves it but throws away. And as the ball skips out of play, Andy Dejesus will be awarded second base on a costly, we hope, for the Otters' sake, two-base error on Taylor Bryant. Runner in scoring position now. That's the tying run with 1 out. While Wilkerson, it said he just had 74 miles an hour on the gun on his fastball, and he discovered that he would need Tommy John surgery that season in 2011 and went undrafted. So what did he do in the meantime? Well, he stocked frozen food shelves, did Wilkerson, before he could make his MLB comeback. First pitch misses inside, and it looks like the umpire is going to call that a hit by pitch as it got a piece of Elijah McNamee on his back foot. Well, what the umpire is going to do first, as the ball got away from the catcher and Andy Dejesus advanced to third, he wants to confer with Manny Gonzalez at third and Ben Levitt, who is over by second, to see whether or not they think that was a hit by pitch. So Jeffrey Spisak is going to call Elijah McNamee back. How about this? Now that's something you don't see very often. Andy Dejesus will be at third base following what has scored a wild pitch. Spisak wanted to confer with his umpiring crew as to whether or not he had the right call. That was before anyone had to make any kind of discussion. Either Brian White, the Yalls manager, or Andy McCauley, as this probably benefits the Otters. They now have the tying run just 90 feet away with only 1 out. We'll put a pause and put a pin in the Wilkerson story as the tying run is at third base with only one out for Elijah McNamee. The 1-0. Fastball misses away. 2-0 now. So how often have you seen a home plate umpire call for the umpiring crew of his own volition and ask for them to really give him the call? 2-0 on the way. Another fastball. This hit out toward right field and out of play. So got to give Spisak some credit there. If you like to see that sort of thing out of an umpire, unafraid to admit that he was unsure. 2-1. Fouls it back to the netting. What's interesting to talk about, or at least consider, when folks debate the instant replay now in baseball, how about the idea that it was never discussed allowing umpires just to confer without replay? 2-2. Ground ball to the left side, and the shortstop will elect to throw to first as Elijah McNamee drives home Andy Dejesus from third on a ground ball to the shortstop, Luis Pintor, which ties the game at 5 in the top of the 6th inning. The 6-3 ground ball is the second out in the top of the 6th, but Andy Dejesus scores, making the Alls pay for a two-base error on the third baseman, Taylor Bryant. First pitch strike on Riley Crane. Luis Pintor had to come in on a slow roller hit to him by Elijah McNamee, so he was already playing back. He was already going to give up the run as the 0-1 to Crane is a curveball that misses out. 1-1. They were already going to give up a run, so by the time he was brought to the infield grass and saw that McNamee was going to score, he did check the runner at third, looked at him, said, well, my only choice is to get McNamee. Sorry, he was busting down to first. It was Dejesus off third. 1-1. Another breaking ball, this time called a strike on Crane. The first error for the Alls helps the Otters tie the game. 1-2. Another breaking ball. This slapped out toward right center field. Going back to the track, the right fielder, Setio, reaches up and makes the catch in front of the wall. Well, the Otters tie it up thanks to an RBI ground out from Elijah McNamee, his second ribby of the night. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see if the Otters can hold it here in a tie ball game 5-5. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Cheer up, Evans. This rain will be out soon. You should download the 14 First Alert app and see for yourself. You can see what's coming up to 7 days in advance, or you can break it down hour by hour. Check out live radar so you can see what's happening in real time. And you can watch 14 News live directly from the app. See, there's nothing to worry about.
Stay in the game with the 14 First Alert app.
Bottom of the 6th. Ball game tied at 5 here in Florence, Kentucky. Otters versus Y'alls. Abraham Almonte, the Otters' left-handed reliever out of the bullpen, taking over for Polo Portela as he faces the left-handed hitting Joe Lytle. First pitch fastball from Almonte. Good for strike 1 on the outside edge. 0-1. We'll go ahead and close the book on Polo Portela. Give you his pitching line. The 0-1, a ground ball to the right side. Oh no, it short hops Dakota Phillips, who goes to his knees to recover the baseball and tosses off his right knee onto Abraham Almonte, covering at the bag. It booted off the heel of his glove. Phillips recovered, great presence of mind, and they get Joe Lytle. Scored an unconventional 3-1 ground ball. Phillips, normally a catcher, still able to make the play at first, as Lytle is taken care of on just 2 pitches. Abraham Almonte, by the way, he's making his 5th appearance. Entering play, he went 4 1/3. On 4 hits, he's given up 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 punch-outs. First pitch, fastball, misses high and outside. 1-0 to Rodney Tenney. Tenney 2 for 2. Couple of stolen bases also. The 1-0, he shows bunt and takes a ball as he pulls back. Portela, like Stambaugh on Tuesday night, battled back after a rough start to put up 2 scoreless innings. He went 5, gave up 5 runs, only 4 earned on 9 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 1. 2-0, and the pitch here is called a strike. Two balls and a strike on Tenney. You also don't know, I mean, we have had 3 particularly humid days in Florence. You don't know what effect that can have on pitchers trying to grip the baseball. 2-1, 2-seamer. That's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Tenney. So we'll go ahead and wrap up our Aaron Wilkerson story. So if you recall, Wilkerson pitched at Cumberland University, and which was the same school as Polo Portela. He also pitched for the Florence Y'alls in 2013, but he was out of baseball for a couple of years. The end of 2011, when he didn't get drafted, as the 2-2 is fouled off to the left by Tenney, because of his torn UCL, needing Tommy John. And then in 2011, when he decided that he would be, instead of playing baseball, because he thought his career was over, he was going to stock frozen food shelves in his hometown of Texas. At the supermarket HEB, which stands for Here Everything is Better, if you're not from around there. Two to Tenney. The floater, a curveball, misses up around Tenney's head. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Wilkerson, he's out of baseball. He's just had Tommy John surgery. Well, to his own grit and determination, he fought back. He trained himself to get back into better conditioning. 3-2 is cut on and missed for the strikeout of Tenney. Now 2 out in the bottom of the 6th. and thinking his career was over, decided to take a flyer on an independent league baseball tryout in the spring of 2013. Well, who decided to pick him out of that independent league tryout, and who was that independent league tryout for? How about the Frontier League and the Florence Freedom in 2013? As the first pitch to the leadoff man, Taylor Bryant, misses low and in off the glove of the catcher, Justin Felix. And he spent 3 games with Florence in 2013 before he was picked up in 2014 by the Red Sox organization. The 1-0 is a called strike. Wilkerson would find himself shuffled over to the Brewers farm system in 2016 and then ascend through the ranks of Portland and Pawtucket. Well, I guess that was with the Red Sox, excuse me. So the 1-1 is fouled off to the right. Where after pitching in Double-A Biloxi for the Brewers in 2017, he made his major league debut in that same season on September 15th, and he pitched for parts of 3 seasons, 17, 18, and 19, and is currently in the Dodgers organization. 1-2, breaking ball, just missed to Bryant. Pitching for AAA Oklahoma City is Wilkerson currently. And there is your little connection for today's game. Wilkerson, who went to Cumberland University, just like Polo Portela, pitched in the Frontier League like Portela, but for the Florence Freedom, now Y'alls, and eventually making it to the Bigs. 2-2 to Bryant. Misses high. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Y'alls third baseman. Bottom of the 6th inning, tie game. Game tied at 5. Almonte on the mound, looking for a scoreless 1-2-3. 3-2 in the dirt, went with the fastball. And Taylor Bryant will head to first with his second walk tonight. It brings up Luis Pintor. Pintor 0 for 2. He hit a sac fly back in the second. Bryant off of first in a tie game in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch is laced out toward left field, toward the corner. It one-hops the wall and goes over Denton's head, but he is able to still stay with the baseball and get it in quickly. First pitch, double for Luis Pintor, has runners at second and third with 2 out. So, Otters lucky that it was hit as hard as it was, that it could one-hop the wall and bounce off it with enough oomph that Denton could get to it quickly to make sure the go-ahead run in the form of Taylor Bryant did not score from third. Chad Sedio now bats. He homered in the first. First pitch to him. Fastball misses out, 1-0. Go ahead run at third. Insurance off of second. Bryant and Pintor, respectively. Sedio, the left-handed hitter. Facing Almonte, the 1-0. Fastball, this time he gets a strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Almonte in his second season with the Otters. He pitched in 2019. He spent 2 seasons in the Diamondbacks organization. Bottom of the 6th inning. 5-5 from Florence. Runners at second and third. The 1-1 to Dejesus. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Way to get ahead by Almonte. Almonte was drafted in the 26th round of the 2017 draft. The Danbury, Connecticut native. One-two. Fastball blocked nicely by Felix. Was able to get in front of it. Have the fastball, which bounced in front of the right-handed batter's box, bounce off of Felix's chest protector. Big save there. Almonte was teammates with fellow Otter Tyler Vale back in 2017 with the Missoula Osprey, the Diamondbacks organization. Runners at second and third, 2 out, 2-2 count on Dejesus. Tie game in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. He fouls it back to the left, out of play. They'll do it again, 2-2. Runners at second and third with 2 out. Again, the go-ahead run just 90 feet away. Almonte, he's set at the belt. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on the fastball. Almonte strands the go-ahead run and an insurance run in scoring position in the bottom of the 6th as the game remains tied. We head to the 7th, 5-5 from Florence in the Battle of the Ohio. Tonight, one team will be in first place perhaps, unless the Otters can complete this come-from-behind win, in which they will climb their way into first-place tie with the Florence Yalls. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Before you danced the first dance. Before you walked down the aisle. Before the tables were set with care. Before you penned a single invitation. Before the day that went beyond your wildest expectations. There was the little green box from Brinker's Jewelers for befores and happily ever afters.
Top 7, 5-5 from Florence. The Otters and Yalls locked in a 5-5 ball game here in the rubber match of a 3-game series. The Otters came into the 3-game set a game back of the Yalls. They won Tuesday night by a score of 11-7. as Denton takes the ball low, still facing Hayden Wheeler. The 1-0 is ripped out toward left field. Tenney misplays it by going in, but he's able to readjust and go back out to retire Denton on the line out to left. Tough out. Brings up Dakota Phillips. Then in game 2, the Otters would suffer at the hands of a 13-6 defeat. First pitch breaking ball misses in to Phillips. Almost got a piece of his right shoulder, the upper arm. Phillips 0 for 3. He homered off a lefty Sunday in game 1 of a doubleheader against Schaumburg. As the 1-0 is fouled back. Tonight the Otters were down 2-0 in the bottom of the first. They tied it thanks to a Christopher Pujols home run and an RBI single with 2 out by Andy Dejesus. The Alls quickly regain the lead in the bottom of the third. The 1-1 breaking ball misses in the dirt, 2-1 on Phillips. Then the Alls would extend their lead in the bottom of the third thanks to another home run and their ability to hit Portela early, the starter for the Otters. But he would settle down as the Otters scored 2 in the top of the fourth. As the 2-1 is a fastball that Phillips is under. So it is a pop-up on the right side of the infield. DeNicola, the second baseman, has it. 2 out. Again, the Otters would score 2 in an inning that John Schultz led off with a base hit. A couple of RBIs from Dejesus and McNamee, respectively. Really like that word tonight. First pitch to Pujols, who homered, as you know, back in the second and flew out to centers last time, is fouled back. Then Portela was able to put up 2 scoreless innings in the fourth and fifth. And the Otters tied the game after Andy Dejesus reached on a throwing error by the third baseman Taylor Bryant. And this is a ground ball to the right side. Backhanded sliding stop by the first baseman. Brower on to first. To the pitcher covering, and it's good to get Pujols. Taking a base hit away from Brower. From Pujols is Brower. We've played 6.5, still tied at 5 in Florence. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Abraham Almonte into his second inning in the bottom of the seventh. 5-5 game in Florence. First pitch fastball misses in to Trevor Crayport. Crayport 1 for 3. He singled, scored a run in the first, flew out to center his last time. Almonte on the mound for the Otters. Pitched around a walk and a double in the sixth. And this is skied high, left side of the infield. Underneath it is Pujols. And he makes a last-second adjustment to his right to get underneath it perfectly. And he makes the catch to take care of Trevor Crayport for the first out of the bottom of the seventh. Harrison DeNicola, he's 2 for 3. The red-hot Y'all's left-handed hitter. Let's see if the lefty-on-lefty matchup might do the trick for the Otters in getting the best of the Y'all's second baseman, DeNicola. First pitch curve sails to the backstop. Behind DeNicola, 1-0. We had mentioned Almonte's 2017 season with the Missoula Osprey. He had gone 1-0 with a .286 earned run average and 19 appearances while striking out 31 batters with 11 saves. The 1-0, fastball bounces. In the right-handed batter's box, 2-0 on DeNicola. Almonte then pitched in 2018 for the Kane County Cougars of the Midwest League, where he appeared in 39 games and recorded a .407 earned run average with 3 saves. He struck out 62 in 59 2/3 innings pitched. He played collegiately at Philadelphia University and was the first Philly U player drafted as the 2-1 misses low, 3-0, since Sean Babula in 1999 by the Chicago White Sox in the 16th round. Almonte averaged 11 strikeouts per 9 innings at Philly U. And on April 3rd, 2015 versus Lincoln, as the 3-0 fastball is good for a strike, Almonte threw the school's first no-hitter since 1999. He faces DeNicola in the bottom of the seventh. Tie game, 3-1. On its way home, it's grounded back over the pitcher's mound. Charging in is Crane. The throw to first is not in time to get DeNicola, who is on one of those stretches where it doesn't matter what you hit, where you hit it, or how you hit it. You can just find yourself on first base. He's aboard of the infield single. So the Y'alls have a one-out base runner. As Jordan Brower bats, they'll throw over to no avail. Otters return home tomorrow night to begin a 9-game homestand, beginning with the Schaumburg Boomers. First pitch to Brower, fastball that misses out, 1-0. Almonte with a 1-0, misses high. He falls behind Danickel at 2-0. We can give you some scores around the league as the Boomers, of Schaumburg. See how tough that is to say? 2-0, fastball in there for strike 2-1. The Schaumburg Boomers. Think about how quickly be Schaumburg Bombers, right? Same sound. You and I can start a letter writing campaign. They won 6-2 over the Joliet Slammers. They played a 12:06 game in Schaumburg. It's those Boomers who will be traveling to Evansville to begin a 3-game set tomorrow. The 2-1. Fastball misses away on the 2-1. The New York Boulders and Tri-City Valley Cats are currently tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th in the Can-Am Conference. The Gateway Grizzlies lead the Lake Erie Crushers 1-0 in the top of the 5th. The 3-1 misses away, ball 4. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with only 1 out. In the top of the 5th inning, the Windy City Thunderbolts and Southern Illinois Miners are also in a 0-0 game. Boy, can you imagine? 0-0 game. Bottom of the 6th, Jackals and Wild Things. New Jersey leads Washington 7-3. And in the top of the 7th inning, the Sussex County Miners are out ahead of Équipe Quebec 3-1. And that is your out-of-town scoreboard in the Frontier League. Will Baker now facing Abraham Almonte. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Almonte, the good two-seamer, could use a ground ball. First pitch, strike 1. Fastball, outer part of the plate. Baker, he's 0 for 2. He lined out to left his first time up, then hit a sac fly, also out to Bryce Denton. And he popped out to second his last time. 0-1 delivery. He fouls this off to the right, out of play. Night has fallen here in Florence. You would expect it to. We're approaching our 3rd hour of baseball. Almonte well ahead of Baker, 0-2. Time called and issued at the plate. Baker, the Muncie native, is a returning Y'all player. 0-2. Breaking pitch misses up and away, nearly sails to the backstop. Justin Felix has to play defense. Throw the glove up. The 1-2. Breaking pitch called. Strike 3. 2 gone. Now coming to the plate is the designated hitter, Joe Lytle, who's 2 for 3. He grounded out to first his last time. And how about this curious little note? Joe Lytle, where did he go to school but Oklahoma City University? Now, if that school sounds particularly familiar, it should. It is also where one Mr. Billy Easley happens to coach, as the first pitch fastball has Joe Lytle behind. During most of his year for Billy Easley, where he's been an assistant coach for 6 seasons, so he got to work with Joe Lytle for 3 years. The two know each other very well. Lytle, who is also a catcher, DHing today. Their relationship goes way back. The 0-1 breaking pitch misses inside, bending out of the way is Joe Lytle. Easley, who is one of the Otters' main catching instructors, works on blocking and pitch framing and all the wonderful newfangled business you can do with catchers behind the plate these days. One to Lytle. Fastball misses away, so you wonder if they've got a little inside info on the designated hitter that they might be able to put to good use. So it hasn't paid off so far. He's 2 for 3. Maybe they're just waiting to bust it out. Two balls and one strike to Lytle. Fastball, outside corner. It perfectly found where Felix was set up on the outside part of the plate. So, though it might have been a touch off, if you can dot a catcher's mitt like that, good chance a home plate umpire like Jeffrey Spisak is going to give it to you. Five ball game. Justin Felix will go out to have a conversation with Almonte. We've seen a lot of scoring, and then we've seen Otters pitchers settle down. And they've got to start getting on a good roll here. A lot of contact in this series, but they haven't been helped out with the most stellar defense. They committed 4 errors last night, 2 tonight. But the bats have been able to club the baseball to keep them in contention. 2 on, 2 out, 2-2 count in the bottom of the 7th. It is fouled back to the left and out of play, though Felix is out of the crouch to have a look at it, as his third baseman, Christopher Pujols. They'll do it again. The tension, palpable. You can feel it in the air. It's not just the humidity. Two teams battling it out for first place. We're going to see them a few times this year. Runners at first and second. 2-2 pitch, misses away. Now the runners will be in motion. Harrison DeNicola at second, that go-ahead run. What do you go with here? Lefty on lefty matchup. After the fastball missed away. DeNicola off second, Brower off of first. Full count, 2 out, and a tie game in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch. And it's lined into left field for a base hit. Denton, he's a little stutter step. He's just going to elect to throw to third as the Yalls take a 6-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th. On the 2-out RBI base hit from Joe Lytle. DeNicola scores from second. Yalls take a 6-5 lead. As Rodney Tenney steps up, he struck out his last time against Almonte. Pujols, he is playing in, guarding against the 2-out bunt. First pitch is a called strike on Tenney. Runners go on an 0-1. Pitch in the dirt. The throw down to third is, oh boy. The runner, DeNicola, was in safely, and he overslid the bag. Christopher Pujols made an aggressive tag attempt that extended his reach as far as it could go, so he was off balance when DeNicola overslid the bag. So he was able, DeNicola, to scramble back into third base safely when Pujols tried to make his second tag. Now 2 men in scoring position for Tenney, who bats with a 1-1 count. DeNicola, sorry, that's not DeNicola, that's Brower. Brower at third, Lytle into second. DeNicola scored on the base hit by Joe Lytle. One-one. Fastball, outside edge, 1-2. Abraham Almonte was ahead in the count to Will Baker, but would run the count full. Unable to put him away with the fastball. With a full count, Lytle got a base hit into left field, going the other way, through the hole on the left side. The 1-2 with 2 out. And it's a wild pitch on the breaking ball that gets to the backstop. The Y'alls take a 2-run lead in the bottom of the 7th. It's now a 7-5 game. Second wild pitch in the game for the Otters. Runner at third, 2 out, 2-2 count. Pitch home. Tenney slaps it away. Two-two. Ground ball back over the pitcher's mound, charging and trying to barehand it is Riley Crane, who cannot make a play. It's now an 8-5 game as Rodney Tenney singles up the middle. It's an 8-5 game in the bottom of the 7th. Lytle scores from third, and here comes Max Peterson. The infield will meet him on the mound, and that will be it for Almonte. 3-run score in the inning so far. 2 out. Facing Taylor Bryant will be a right-handed reliever who we'll tell you about when we get back. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Tyler Spring relieves Abraham Almonte, who's still responsible for Rodney Tenney at first. 2 out. Bottom of the 7th, 3 runs have already scored. The runner, Tenney, goes. The throw down to second nearly gets away from Riley Crane, who has to get off the bag toward his left to stop that from going into center field. It's now a 1-0 count on Taylor Bryant following the stolen base. Spring on to relieve Almonte. Spring, he's been really, really good. This is his 6th game. He's yet to give up a run. He's pitched 8 1/3, struck out 6, walked 2, allowed only 2 hits, has a 2-0 record. He last pitched Tuesday night when he went an inning and a third, walked only 1 batter, and struck out 3. No hits allowed. Tenney goes again with 2 out, and he's into third without a throw. As the pitch misses outside, 2-0. Two-0 coming. Another fastball, another ball outside, 3-0. You know this, but it's not an easy thing to do to come out of the bullpen in the middle of an inning. Some guys pride themselves in that pressure, but for others it can feel a little off balance. 3-0 in there for a strike. Tyler Spring, though, has done a really good job coming into tough situations early in the season through his first 5 appearances and getting outs when needed. 3-1 to Bryant. Fastball misses up for ball 4. Runners at the corners with 2 out. Now it's Luis Pintor, who doubled his last time. Otters trying to limit the damage in the bottom of the 7th. Runners at first and third. Runner from first goes. The pitch is a called strike. Felix, a pump throw. He holds on to it. In at second is Taylor Bryant with a stolen base. Now 2 men in scoring position for Pintor. The 0-1, another fastball, again. Called a strike, 0-2. Tyler Spring, the first-year rookie, on the mound facing Luis Pintor. 0-2. And reaching out to foul this off is Pintor. Otters going to look to rally here again. They've come back from a 3-run deficit before. They'll turn to John Schultz, Justin Felix, and Miles Gordon in the top of the 8th, but they've got to get there. Spring looking for the strikeout pitch. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball up in the zone for the punch out of Luis Pintor. But the Y'alls regain the lead with a 3-run 7th. It's now an 8-5 game as we head to the 8th. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
Top of the 8th, Otters down by 3. 8-5 the score. John Schultz takes a fastball inside from Joe Doherty. On to relieve Hayden Wheeler, who went 2 innings and allowed just 1 unearned run, which tied the game. Top of the 6th, but since then, the bottom of the 7th, as the 1-0 fastball inside part of the plate is a called strike 1-1 on Schultz. Doherty making his 6th appearance. He's earned 2 saves through 5 innings, allowing 4 hits, just 1 run, 3 walks though, as the 1-1 again misses into Schultz. And he's struck out 7. That brings up Christopher Pujols. Sorry about that. Was just alerted that our audio is down for a moment. Was able to pick that back up. We're in the top of the ninth inning. 8-5 our score. Runners at first and second. Nobody out for the Otters, down 3. Facing Jonathan Tripp. Christopher Pujols at the dish. First pitch fastball misses in. 1-0. The 1-0 to Pujols, who homered earlier, is fouled back. The 1-1 is fouled off to the right and out of play. Gets into the stands in the front row behind first. One ball, 2 strikes on Pujols. Breaking ball, fouled off to the right. About halfway up the line in right. Gets out of play into the stands. Otters trying to complete a 3-run rally in the ninth to tie the game at least, as the pitch misses into Pujols. 1-2. For a chance to win it in this rubber match of the 3-game series between the Otters and Florence Yalls, which would give them a 4-3 record on the road trip. 2-2 is hit well out toward left center field, and it's not going to be able to get tracked down by Will Baker. It bounces against the wall. 1 run is home. And it's now an 8-6 ball game with the tying run in scoring position and nobody out. Pujols laced it out toward left center field to the biggest part of the yard. Out in a nook. Left of straightaway center. Not quite into the big gap. But Pujols, with his second extra base hit, gives John Schultz an opportunity to tie it with an extra base hit. See how carefully they play it. He's got 2 in scoring position. If it's a no-doubt single, they might be aggressive enough to wave Pujols. You'd think they'd play it pretty carefully. Denton scored from second. The first pitch to Schultz. Off speed, called a strike. Schultz, he walked his last time, doubled his first, hit 2 singles. He's been on base in all 4 plate appearances. 0-1. Fastball misses away, 1-1. Approaching the 4th hour of this back and forth ball game. 8-6 the score in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-1 is hit well out toward right center field, giving chases Baker. It is over his head and it 1-hops the wall. This is going to tie the game. John Schultz with a 2-run double to tie the game in the top of the ninth. It's an 8-8 game from Dr. Schultz. Are you gelling? 8-8 in the top of the ninth, and the veteran Otter has just stunned this crowd silent. Schultz with his second double of the night out to right center field. 1-hopping the wall, scoring Felix from third, Pujols from second. Can you believe it? Replacing Schultz off of second will be the pinch runner, Trent Nash. Now the go-ahead run with still nobody out. Jonathan Tripp, who had come in, having allowed 3 runs in 8 innings and had nailed down 4 saves. There will now be a visit on the mound, as we might also have a pinch hitter for Justin Felix, as indeed it looks like we will. Josh Henderson is strolling from the on-deck circle toward home plate. Josh Henderson, the left-handed hitter. Batting with a runner at second, corners will play in. Guarding against the bunt. The first pitch, cut on and missed fastball from Jonathan Tripp. RBI double by Christopher Pujols, and then the 2-run 2-bagger from Schultz to tie the game. 0-1. Fastball misses away, 1-1. For the second time tonight, the Otters have come back to tie it. Really for the third time tonight, excuse me. Don't sell these rallying river rats, if you will, short. The 1-1 is cut on and missed, 1-2. Nash off second, a 1-2 count on Henderson, looking to put a ball on the right side. He reaches out, stays alive, fouling it back. The Otters tied the game at the top of the second. They had gone down 2-0 in the bottom of the first. Then they did the same when they had been down by a score of 5-2. They'd come back. They scored 2 in the fourth, tied it up in the 6th inning. Thanks to an RBI from Elijah McNamee. Then went down by 3 in the bottom of the 7th and have tied it here in the top of the 9th, scoring 3. 1-2, a called third strike on Henderson. The move to the pinch hitter does not pay off as Henderson strikes out looking with the go-ahead run at second base, not able to advance the runner. That's the first out. It brings up Miles Gordon. Let's see if he can pick up Henderson. Gordon looking for his first base hit. He's been on twice tonight, once safely via the walk. The first pitch off speed from Tripp misses out. It's still Tripp's ball in the top of the 9th. One-0 to Gordon. Fastball off the plate, 2-0 now. Facing the Otters' leadoff hitter. Two-0 misses away. By the way, we'll go ahead and add that by tying the game, Abraham Almonte is off the hook. The 2-0 missed away. Now 3-0 on Miles Gordon. The pitch. Taking all the way. He takes a strike. 3-1. Not much of a chance to be sneaky on the base paths. You've got a left-handed batter up. You've got a right-handed pitcher. Not much in the making for Trent Nash off of second. 3-1. Fastball misses away for ball 4. Gordon down over to first base now on his second walk of the evening. Here comes Andy Dejesus. It brings up Elijah McNamee on deck, or at least puts him there. Andy Dejesus, he singled his last time. 2 for 5. has driven in a couple tonight. First pitch to him is a called strike. Dejesus tied the game in the 6th inning. Or check that. He tied the game back in the 2nd. Brought the Otters within 1 in the 4th. 0-1 to Dejesus. Fastball misses away. 1-1. Tripp trying to go to that fastball, trying to go to the outer part of the plate. Keeps missing just off it. Otters 8 runs on 12 hits. Nash off second. The 1-1. He fouls it off to the left, and that is going to land on the upper deck here at Y'all's Ballpark. Back to the left behind third. Dejesus, you know he's got that great 2-strike approach. See what he can do here. Almost anything but a ground ball. Manager Andy McCauley's hoping for. 1-2. Fastball almost sails away past the backstop Pritchard, but he's able to get a glove on it. 2-2. Otters, good chance. Whether or not they take the lead, they'll be sticking with Tyler Spring, one of their best arms out of the bullpen. Pitch misses in. 3-2 now on Dejesus. Although Logan Sawyer is their closer, so the lead, they might turn things over to him, but Spring, even with an inning and a third work tonight, might be the hot hand in that rotation. 3-2, runners go, and it's hit out toward right field. They're going to have to retreat, perhaps, and yep, it's the second baseman, DeNicola, who's able to make the catch, and the throw into first to try to double up the runner, Miles Gordon, will not be in time. Pop out to DeNicola. Off the bat of Dejesus, goes for the second out. They were off on the pitch, so they had to scramble back as fast as they could. And scramble back, Trent Nash and Miles Gordon did. Here comes Elijah McNamee. Hit by pitches last time. 2 for 3. He's been on base 4 times. McNamee had a game-winning walk-off base hit in Game 1 of a doubleheader a week ago against the Lake Erie Crushers. First pitch, breaking ball, called a strike inside part of the plate on the Otters right fielder, former Mississippi State Bulldog Elijah McNamee. The 0-1, and fouling it off while at the same time trying to get out of the way of the fastball is McNamee. Stumbling out of the right-handed batter's box. Now the count 0-2. Go ahead run at second. Nash has been there since John Schultz doubled home the tying run with nobody out in the top of the ninth. 0-2, swing and a miss. So Tripp battles back to keep the game tied. We head to the bottom of the ninth, 8-8 our score. Thanks to a 2-run double by John Schultz and a 3-run rally by the Otters in the top of the ninth. Let's see if they can hold it. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network.
Getting ready and keeping fit for baseball season is hard work. That's why you'll find Evan at Bob's Gym. Getting fit, having fun, being an Otter. Be like Evan. Try a free 3-day pass at Bob's.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment. It's just a little something for your smart energy future.
Bottom of the ninth, improbably in a tie game from Y'all's ballpark. Samson Abernathy on to pitch for the Otters in a tie game, 8-8 the score. The first pitch is popped up right side in foul territory. Riley Crane, now the first baseman, makes the catch. A first pitch out of Will Baker, hoping to send this one to extras after a 3-run rally in the top of the ninth. One double home by Christopher Pujols, and the game-tying 2-run double by John Schultz. Samson Abernathy on the pitch. He's relieving Tyler Spring. It's the first pitch out for Will Baker. Now it's Joe Lytle, who gave the Alls the lead back in the 7th. Abernathy picked up in a trade from the Sioux City Explorers earlier this week. Officially signed on Tuesday. The first pitch fastball from him to Lytle misses up and in. Otters have rallied back to tie this game 3 times now. Once in the second, they scored 2 to tie it. Then they had to overcome a 3-run deficit, which they tied in the 6th. And another 3 in the 9th. The 1-0, strike on Lytle. Abernathy pitching in just his second game with the Otters. Pitched Tuesday night, in which he went an inning, gave up a hit and a run and a walk. On a walk as well. We also struck out a guy. Ground ball to the right side. Blocked by Nash at the belt. The throw to first after the bobble is good to get Lytle. Quickly, 2 are out for Abernathy and the Otters. Abernathy, 25 years old, Chico, California native. played collegiately at the University of the Pacific in Stockton. Following his senior year, Abernathy was drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 27th round of the 2019 draft. First pitch to Tenney. The left-handed batter misses up and away, 1-0. So we featured most of the defensive switches for the Otters. Schultz, after tying the game, he was pinch ran for with Trent Nash, who is now at second, moving Riley Crane over to first, and now catching Dakota Phillips. The 1-0 misses away, 2-0. The Evansville Otters, the rallying River Rats. 2-0, Tenney shows bunt, but takes a strike. It looked right down the middle, and sometimes that is one of the more curious plays in baseball, at least to this reporter. How a guy can try to slap down a drag bunt, pull it back, have it cross right over home plate, and then want to argue. 2-1. Pitch misses in. 3 balls and 1 strike on Tenney. Tenney is 3 for 4. 3 balls, 1 strike. On the Yalls left fielder. (3-1). Gets a strike on the outside part of the plate. 3-2 now. Otters a strike away from sending this one to the 10th. As you know, we'd use the international tiebreaker rule, which would put Elijah McNamee over at second base with nobody out. Part of the rules of the Frontier League that were adopted by Major League Baseball this season. 3-2 is cut on and missed. The curveball from Samson Abernathy gets the best of Rodney Tenney, and he works a 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th. Tie game, we're heading to extras. Tiebreaker rule coming up in just a brief moment. 8-8 our score. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 10th inning from Florence. Firenze Contuscany. The rallying River Rats taking on the Florence Use guys. Beginning the top of the 10th inning with the international tiebreaker rule, Elijah McNamee will be over at second base. with nobody out. New pitcher to tell you about. It's the left-hander Carl Craigie. The third baseman will play on the lip of the grass, facing Riley Crane in an 8-8 game in the top of the 10th. Hard to believe. First pitch fastball misses into Crane from the left-hander Craigie. The Otters tied it in the ninth inning with an RBI double from Christopher Pujols after Bryce Denton reached via an error. Dakota Phillips would get on with a base hit. The 1-0 is a foul tip that sends Riley Crane, not Criley Rain, to his knees. An improbable comeback. That would be an electrifying win. If the Otters can find a way here, they've got to move that runner, hopefully 90 feet at least. 1-1 to Crane. He fouls it back. 1-2. An interesting decision. You know, these tiebreaker rules change to a degree so much of the game, so much of the intricate strategy that goes on. Brian White elects to go with the lefty as the 1-2 is cut on and missed. Crane down on strikes. He knew he was going to have the lefty Crane to start, but how about right now? Lefty versus right-handed batter. McNamee off second. That's your best opportunity to try to steal third, is with a left-handed pitcher and a right-handed batter. So who knows whether or not Y'all's manager Brian White considered that when he went to the lefty. First pitch to Denton. Misses low, 1-0 on Denton. Denton reached via the error and scored a run his last time. On deck is Dakota Phillips. 1-0. And another change, it looked like, something that dropped at the last second. Denton swings through, 1-1. Top of the 10th, 1-1 to Denton. And a fastball. Getting ahead is Carl Craigie. Denton down in the hole, 1-2, facing the left-hander Craigie. The pitch. It's in the dirt, and it's off the catcher Pritchard into third base. The go-ahead run in Elijah McNamee with only one out. And that wild pitch changes everything. The go-ahead run, 90 feet away. The infield playing, the best way to say shallow, not all the way in, but close enough where they think they have a play at home. And Denton lifts it out toward right field. The right fielder, Setio, over, and it's over his head. This is going to give the Otters a 9-8 lead with a Bryce Denton RBI double in the top of the 10th. Elijah McNamee scores from third as Denton took it to the corner and right over the head of the right fielder, Chad Setio. The RBI double for Denton. He brings home his 10th of the season. And it's the Otters' 9th run. Can you believe it? For the first time tonight, the Otters have a lead. And it's the top of the 10th. It brings up Dakota Phillips, an insurance run at second. Base runner, Bryce Denton. The 0-0 pitch to Phillips is fouled off to the left, 0-1. Phillips a big single in the ninth to keep the train rolling. Hit a ground ball to the right side. Had a hole with the runner at first. The runners at first and second for Chris Pujols to double. And the 0-1 can't catch up to the fastball. Phillips now down 0-2. An important note that came across here in the press box, that even with all these new rules, it's tough to keep track of. In case you're curious whether or not that international tiebreaker is an earned run charged to Craigie, it is not. The 0-2 foul back to the netting. Craigie making his first appearance of the season. He was on the injured list. Recently activated, the 0-2 curve cut on and missed by Phillips for the second out. It brings up Christopher Pujols, who you shouldn't sleep on, has been instrumental. He got this 9-run offensive showing started in the second with a home run to straightaway center. First pitch to him is a called strike. Pujols, he homered off his former teammate with the Kingsport Mets, Christian Tripp, and hit an RBI double off Tripp's brother, Jonathan, in the ninth. The 0-1 inside part of the plate with a fastball. Now Pujols down on the count 0-2. Runner at second, 2 out. Time called at the plate. Y'alls will begin with a runner at second. And nobody out in the bottom of the 10th. Should they tie it and not take a lead and win, the 0-2 is offered at the dirt. Yes, he did, says home plate umpire Jeffrey Spresack. We would have a home run derby. One for the Otters in the top of the 10th, and it's a big one. They take a 9-8 lead thanks to the RBI double from Bryce Denton. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Otters a chance to win it. Should they be able to strand the international tiebreaker runner at second? He'll be there with nobody out when we return on the Otters Digital Network.
CenterPoint Energy's newest generation of safe, efficient energy includes capturing and harnessing the natural power of pure sunshine. We are increasing solar in our balanced and reliable energy mix as we power our region with more clean, renewable energy. We're bringing a little piece of the sun to every home and business while reducing carbon emissions and helping create a cleaner environment.
Mitch Piotnik to pinch hit with a runner at second in the bottom of the 10th inning. Logan Sawyer on the mound. He shows bunt. The pitch misses high. 1-0. Otters with a 9-8 lead in the bottom of the 10th inning. Hard to believe we'd be here in the top of the 9th inning when the Otters were down 3. They rallied to score 3 to tie it. Added 1 on an RBI double by Bryce Denton in the top of the 10th. Now the bunt is laid down. Logan Sawyer has to give way to Christopher Pujols. The play is made, but the runner advances, and Rodney Tenney 90 feet to third base with less than 2 out. Only 1. A great bunt by Piotnik. And a great play made by Christopher Pujols for the first out. See what Logan Sawyer can do and see what the Otters elect to do. Facing Luis Pintor. You might wonder if they would elect to walk a batter here, though that would bring up Chad Sedio, the number 3 man. The first pitch is cut on and missed. 0-1. Infield drawn in tight. Tenney off third. The tying run. Oh, no, you don't. You don't want to put the go-ahead run on first base. What the heck am I thinking? 0-1. Another swing and a miss. 0-2. Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain, please. You're not going to walk the go-ahead run. Put him on first base. 0-2 count on Pintor. 0-2. Ground ball to short. Oh, off the glove of the shortstop, Andy Dejesus. He's furious. It gets into left field, and that will tie the game. Dejesus, he thought about home before he had it in his glove. It's going to go as an RBI base hit. That ties the game. It brings up Chad Sedio, who's 1 for 5. It goes as an error on Dejesus. The third of the night for the Otters. And here's Chad Sedio. First pitch misses outside. 1-0. Winning run at first. 1 out. 0-1. Fastball strike from Sawyer. Sawyer gave up the 2-run home run that won the game for the Schaumburg Boomers in the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 of the doubleheader Sunday. That was his last appearance. 1-1 fastball gets ahead of Sedio, 1-2. From the Otters, Knoxvillian. Closer. 1-2. See if they go for the punch out or the ground ball. The pitch misses just outside. 2-2. Pintor off first. Sedio at the plate. 9-9 game. Otters now hoping it'll go to the home run derby. 2-2. Breaking ball. Almost got back into the zone with the back door, but count now full. 3-2. The 3-2 runner goes, and it's lined into center field for a base hit. This will put runners at first and third with only one out. Also a change in the scoring decision. They have given Luis Pintor the base hit on the ground ball over to short. I think that's the right call. It's an RBI base hit for Pintor, and now runners at first and third with only one out. The winning run 90 feet away. Let's see what the Otters closer has up his sleeve. The first pitch, the runner goes. It misses outside. No throw from the catcher, Dakota Phillips. And now Setio, that stolen base or defensive indifference, depending on how they rule it, will bring the infield in. Trevor Crayport, a pinch hit for by Jackson Pritchard. Ground ball to the right side, backhanded by Pujols. The play at the plate is good! A little collision at home plate, but holding on is Dakota Phillips. The game remains tied, 2 out in the bottom of the 10th. A great backhand by Pujols and a perfect throw right on the money to Phillips at home. Scored a 5-2 fielder's choice. Setio had to hang around second. It brings up maybe the hottest man in the Frontier League, the hottest hitter, Harrison DeNicola. First pitch curveball, cut on and missed. Sawyer trying to tightrope it here. Runners at first and second. 2 out. 0-1 on the Y'all's second baseman, DeNicola. 0-1. Ground ball off the glove of the pitcher. Nash has it. He tosses to short. Stop covering Dejesus for the final out of the bottom of the 10th. Score at 1-4-3, 1-4-6. Fielder's choice. The game is tied at 9. We're going to have a brief pause while they get an L screen out for a home run derby to decide things here in Florence. The Otters have done an incredible job to come back and tie it in the top of the ninth, scoring 3 runs, 2 on a game-tying RBI double by John Schultz. And then they took the lead on an RBI double from Bryce Denton. And that was tied on a single in the bottom of the 10th by Luis Pintor. Back and forth, back and forth. It's going to end all of this incredible baseball. Some of the best, I think, that we can say that we might ever see this season in the rallying, in the battling back, the 2-strike approaches, the 2-out hitting from the Otters, the never say die approach. It's all going to end with a home run derby. We'll be back in the 10th, or I guess at the end of the 10th and what is somewhat the 11th, with a home run derby. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Otters Digital Network. Could it end any better? Home run derby. Riley Crane to lead it off for the Otters, and the first one he sees is hit deep to right field. It is gone. The Otters take a 1-0 lead in the home run derby to determine a winner in Florence. A rubber match hangs in the balance. The next is short toward right. It's the second home run derby the Otters have gotten to play in. They won their first in Game 2 last Thursday, a week ago, against the Lake Erie Crushers. The third pitch is hit out toward right field on a line. Everybody gets 8 pitches each in the at-bat. There's no time limit. The only other rule, per se, as this one is hit well out toward right field, it's gone over the second wall. Sorry, here, wanted to make sure that we're coming through to you live. 2 home runs for Riley Crane and the Otters, and the third is smoked out to right field. This might be out of here. It's out of the ballpark. 3 home runs. It looks like that was on 5 pitches from the sound of it. I believe it's number 6 coming up. Oh, my goodness. We're flying high with Riley Crane. 4 dingers in the derby. 2 left, pitches 7 and 8. And this is hit out toward right center field, but short. 1 pitch left for Crane. He'll take a breather. It's going to be Crane, then Phillips, like it was in the home run derby. The Otters won 4-2 against the Crushers. Let's see what Crane does. He smashes it. The question is it fair or foul? And it's a fair ball, says the umpire. Down the line and right, that's 5 dingers for Riley Crane. It's a 5-0 lead in the derby for the Otters. The first man up for the Yalls will be the right-handed hitting Trevor Crayport. Crane, 5 home runs. Ryan Brown with you in what would normally be the top of the 11th anywhere else, but it's a home run derby here in the Frontier League. And Riley Crane gets it started with a smashing performance. It was pitching coach Bobby Siegel pitching for Riley Crane and the Otters. Any idea who's on the mound here behind the L screen? We'll ask the press room. And that's pitching strategist Chad Rhodes. The Otters faithful tuning in, trying to see if they can win it, keep it alive in a home run derby. I know we got Otters faithful like Tristan Brown listening in for one. First pitch, big swing and a miss from, not sure exactly who that is. Who is that again? Crayport. The number 2 pitch is hit through the wall. Now the third. This is hit out toward left. Let's see if it's deep enough. It's not. And the fourth is also skied out toward left. We'll see if an intern has a beat on it. He does. He makes the catch. The next is lined out to left. That's 5 pitches, no home runs for Trevor Crayport. 6 pitches, no home runs for Crayport. Now, something I'm not sure, this is the first home run derby the Florence Yalls have gotten to play. Something I'm not sure all of these hitters know yet. You can take as much time as you want. Now, this is launched out toward left field. The question is, does it have too much height? Not too much. It's a home run for Crayport. It's now a 5-1 dinger derby. We've played 1 round. We got 2 to go. No, it's called an out. It's called an out. Correction. The umpire out there in left there to tell you that it was only off the top of the wall and not out. So still 5-0. Now it'll be Dakota Phillips, the Nacogdoches, Texas native. I think we're gonna waste. I don't want to say waste, but why not go ahead and use some of the home run ideas? Home run ideas. Here's Dak Phillips. Called Dak by his teammates. Dakota. When he is anywhere other than the 2 American states. When he's in North Dakota, they say he's north of South Dakota. Dakota north of South Dakota. And then when he is in South Dakota, he is Dakota north of South Dakota. Wait, is that right? No, it'd be the other way around. Directions are tough. Just ask Magellan. Bobby Siegel back out on the artificial surface in front of the pitching mound facing Dakota Phillips. First pitch to Phillips. Oh, this is absolutely crushed. Back. If it's fair, gone! 6-0 for the Otters in the Dinger Derby. The next one is pulled toward first. 2 pitches for Phillips, 1 homer. 6-0 lead for Phillips. The third pitch is skied out toward center. Oh, intern not able to make a play. Fourth pitch on the way. This is hit well out toward right field. Does it have too much height? Intern going back to the track. He reaches up and can't make the catch. It's still not a home run. Fifth pitch, he lines this out to right. He's got pitches 6, 7, and 8 coming up. And bullpen catcher, currently on the injured list, I believe it's Michael Gangwish. He needs to check how many pitches there were. So did I. Out toward right center. Intern gloving it. Nice job out there. He'll get an applause from the fans. The 7th pitch is also hit out toward right. Catch made by, I didn't know who that was out there in right. That was a nice little catch. Oh, no, this is lined out toward right field, the final pitch. Nice job from Dak Phillips. 6-0. And he's gonna get a thumbs up fist pump from his manager, Andy McCauley. So here comes Chad Setio. The Y'alls down 6. Ryan Brown with you in the Dinger Derby. Dinger Derby. Wouldn't be prudent. Try to waste a 6-0 lead, so Bryce Denton, when he gets his next turn, he's going to try to go for it. But we've seen some wild and wacky stuff. So here is Chad Setio. First pitch he sees, he fouls off to the left. Now another one is rolled foul of first. And this is hit out toward left center field. Will it be gone? No, it's going to one-hop the wall. Chad Setio, that one's going to be too high to center. 4 pitches. Yeah, and he's being thrown to by pitching strategist Chad Rhodes. Another line drive up the middle. You know, it's an interesting point to bring up. Did you hear by chance that former home run derby champion Todd Frazier has joined the Frontier League, or is planning to join the Frontier League with the Sussex County Miners in preparation for the Olympics? The final pitch to Chad Setio is popped straight up, no home runs through the first 2 rounds for the Y'alls. They'll need a Herculean effort from maybe one of the hottest hitters in all of the Frontier League, D. Nicola, coming up next. But wait, there's more. We're going to see the third Otters batter, and I believe it's going to be Bryce Denton. Hear the SpongeBob music coming on. The Otters had their Otters bats set for W for Wumbo slams, not M for mini slams. Wumbo shots. As Bryce Denton gets ready again, the Otters lead 6-0. They're trying to take the rubber match of a fierce 3-game set that ends in no other way but a home run derby. I mean, the back and forth between this series, so tough, so hard fought. Otters won game 1 by a score of 11-7, then dropped the second game by 13-6, hoping to move into a tie for first place and win their second game via home run derby. First pitch to Denton is lined toward left. The second is lined a little harder out to left. Third pitch coming up. He lines it toward third. would be a double, no doubt, if it gets past the third baseman. But nothing but a wasted pitch here. Now this is taken out toward left field. A nice little ride back on it. And, the intern not able to make a play. It short hops the wall. Fifth pitch is hammered out toward left field. He put a Denton in that one. Bryce Denton with a home run here in the third round of the Home Run Derby. 7-0 for the Otters. Oh, man, he smashes this one. Get up, get out of here, gone! 2 home runs for Denton. Oh, man, you can put on the board. Yes, yes. And that is going to do it because you only get 8 pitches. So Bryce Denton walks it off with the 9th home run hit by the Otters batters in the Home Run Derby. What a wild and wacky finish. Bryce Denton ends the Home Run Derby with a smash out to left field. And so it works kind of like a walk-off win. Who knows how you score it? But the Otters take Game 3 in a 9-0 Home Run Derby. They improved to 10-4 on the series. Well, the season. They take 2 of 3 in the series. The Y'alls, they moved to 10-4, and now there's a first-place tie in the West Division. An incredibly hard-fought victory for the Otters. As much as we make light and had a lot of fun during the Home Run Derby, what you cannot take for granted is the idea that this team battled back not once, not twice, but 3 times sold. They battled back in the second inning to score 2 runs and tie the game then. Then they found themselves down 3 and had to score 3 more runs, which they would only tie in the 6th inning. 3 runs would score again for the Y'alls in the bottom of the 7th. And in the top of the 9th inning, the Otters were down 3 in an 8-5 game. And who was able to tie it up with a 2-run double but John Schultz? A 2-run double out toward right center field. That was able to tie the game, send it to extra innings. They used the international tiebreaker. A run came in to score thanks to an RBI double from Bryce Denton. 1 more run would score in the bottom of the 9th inning to send it to the Home Run Derby. And it was, 5 home runs from Riley Crane to lead off the Dinger Derby, then 1 from Dakota Phillips, and they only needed 3 more from Bryce Denton, and that's what they got with extra pitches to spare. That'll do it from Florence, Kentucky. We're back home tomorrow night, 6:35 from Bosse Field. I hope you'll join us. I've been Ryan Brown. Thank you so much for joining us on this little road trip and this wild night in Firenze, Kentucky. Again, the Otters are winners in what is officially a 9-9 ball game, but thanks to a 9-0 Home Run Derby, they improved to 10-4 and are in first place. We will see you tomorrow night in Bosse Field. If you can't make it out to the ballpark, go ahead and tune in to Frontier League Live TV, where we'll be back on the broadcast. And if you've been wondering, where's Bill? You will find Bill McCune there tomorrow night alongside me. For everyone back home in Bosse Field making this possible, I'm Ryan Brown. Thank you so much, and have a very good night. We will see you tomorrow.